We would like to welcome to our studio Darryl MacMillan, the Executive Director of Tourism Niagara Canada. Darryl joined Tourism Niagara Canada in April, previously serving as Board Director at the Ontario Craft Wineries. Darryl, welcome to the studio and welcome to Niagara.
Thank you, Anthony.
In the last 3 months, what's your take on the region?
Tourism is big business in Niagara, Anthony. It's an exciting time to be here. I think it's fair to say that we continue to rebound from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic years, and the early read on the situation is that we have a passionate group of very dedicated stakeholders in the region that care deeply about tourism and its impact on the region.
Now, being from outside of Niagara, when you first came here, I think you thought of just Niagara Falls, but there's so much more than just Niagara Falls, is that right?
Yeah, there absolutely is. And Niagara Falls, I don't overlook for a moment because it's incredibly important as an anchor tenant to the region and drawing people here. But I worked for more than 2 decades in the Ontario wine space, so I know the importance of viticulture and wineries. Having visited on a number of occasions the Shaw Festival, I understand the importance of cultural tourism and what it brings, and there's an eclectic mix of other drivers in the region, including gaming and other attractions that lure people here but keep them here.
We have so many tourism organizations, municipalities have tourism-based organizations, but this one is a regional one. Can you tell me the difference? And this is unique because it's funded by the government, is that right?
Yeah, sure. It is unique in a sense. I think it can often be a little bit misunderstood or confusing to people, the roles that the different organizations play. So if you were to look at it from a funnel point of view, at the top of that funnel you'd have Destination Canada, funded by the Government of Canada, and then you have Destination Ontario, and then the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming in Ontario fund independently 12 RTO organizations, which are regional tourism organizations. So TPN, Tourism Partnership Niagara, is known as RTO2 in government parlance, and we're one of those 12 organizations.
And Darryl, you have 4 pillars for your organization. Can you go over that?
Yeah, we do. We report to government, if you will, on 4 different strategic pillars that are prescribed by the province. There's actually a 5th that we haven't identified because that operates a little bit differently, and I'll mention that as well. But product development, which in tourism terms relates to tourism product, of course, and aiding in the development and communication tools of that sector. We also have workforce development and training, very, very important, particularly in a region with a lot of frontline consumer-facing employees. TPN has a very unique tool called the Niagara Ambassador Program. We've just done a facelift and an update on that program, and it's a free tool available to tourism employers in the region, and it's a great resource, frankly. It's free certification, so who doesn't like a free product? We do investment attraction and investor relations, as well as marketing. And traditionally, marketing's been one that TPN's focused very heavily on. Obviously, as a mature tourism destination, the Niagara region has been heavily focused on bringing people here and keeping them here longer.
How do you market? Because it must be, I'm assuming, outside of the Niagara region that you market?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that, and I wasn't around during the COVID years, but obviously there was a struggle there in terms of how the organization would have had to have pivoted through that period of time and then the bounce back since. But our focus right now is on the near market, as we call it, and the strategy may be altered through the season to reflect that. In terms of the distance we're looking to attract people from. But generally speaking, that's a 4 to 6 hour drive radius during the shoulder season, and we might expand it to about an 8-hour radius in the summer season.
Including the U.S.?
Including the U.S., and we proportion that spend and those tactics based on the deliverables we're looking to focus on at the season of the day.
Lastly, Darryl, do you talk to tourists? Do you get what they want to see, maybe?
The key way we engage with tourists is through our website, visit niagaracanada.com. The website is a fantastic resource and tool for guests that are exploring the region to investigate how they can learn more learn more about each of our destinations within the region and explore what the region has to offer.
Speaking of the region, you have South Niagara beaches, wineries, the falls, Shaw Festival, the Performing Arts Center, breweries. That's quite the list.
It certainly is. We are very blessed with a well-developed and mature tourism product here in Niagara that continues to evolve and grow. And I think the list you provided is a fantastic one, but it's not even exhaustive of everything we offer. Beyond that, there's more on the culinary, on the golf, I could go on, but we only have a limited amount of time, I know.
Awesome. Well, Darryl, listen, welcome to Niagara and all the best with your work at Tourism Niagara Canada.
Thanks very much, Anthony.